and I'm into Skinimalism.
Yes, correct. So basically, Skinimalism.
That is such a mouthful. Skinimalism.
Hi! Welcome to another episode of BeauTea Talk, where we find out what's brewing in beauty. I'm Roanna, your host for this series, and here I have with me Becks, our head of content.
Hi everyone. Hi Roanna.
Hi! Becks, how are you feeling today?
I'm excited to talk about what we're gonna cover next.
But first, let us drink some tea.
Sure.
And relax a
Relax
little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
And also, I've prepared a probiotic chai tea today to kind of help digestion.
So we're gonna cheers to a healthier gut health?
Yes!
Cheers!
Okay, the reason why I've prepared a probiotic chai tea, right, is because we're going to be talking about probiotics as well for our skin.
Okay.
Yeah, but before that, let me just ask you, are there any skincare buzzwords or trending ingredients that you've been exposed to or that you want to share about?
You know, there are so many, right? But for 2021, I think one of the buzzwords that I often see is blue light, anti-blue light. Probably because we are staying at home so much, we are in front of our screen so much that, we really need some anti-blue light skincare
to protect our skin, right? To shield our skin from the damaging effects of blue light.
Yes,
basically.
and blue light can actually penetrate deeper than UVA rays.
Oh wow!
So now that we are home so much, guys, we gotta take care of our skin against blue light.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Other than blue light, are there anything that interests you?
I think the biggest skincare buzz for this year, and I think for many years already, but especially for this year, is self-care.
Self-care.
I'm a huge advocate of self-care.
Absolutely. And I think self-care is something that we really need a lot of because sometimes we forget about ourselves. We forget to love ourselves. So self-care is really a very big thing that I am actually going to be talking about today.
Cool.
Yeah, so today we're going to be dissecting popular skincare ingredients as well as skincare buzzwords.
Shall we get right to it?
Yes. So we're going to be talking about self-care, microbiome, prebiotics, probiotics, skinimalism, and then we have retinol, as well as sustainable beauty and water-free. Okay, so the first one, self-care, like what we've mentioned earlier. Okay, so self-care, right, is about taking an active role to protect our own well-being and also our own happiness. What are some of the self-care tips that you live by? Because since you mentioned that you're such a huge advocate of self-care, right?
Yes, for sure. I think, self-care by itself, it's a conscious effort. It's a continuous effort. You constantly have to be very mindful about taking care of yourself. And there are so many dimensions when it comes to self-care. There is emotional self-care, there is psychological self-care. And I think what we're covering a lot on today and in our series is physical self-care.
Yes.
So that's one thing, right? All these things are things that I live by. And when you talk about how I take care of myself, for me, I work out a lot. I take care of myself. I swim, I jog, and also very interestingly, fun fact about me, I don't have a bedside table for my beauty products. So all my bedside beauty products are on my bed next to me. They are my nighttime companion.
That's interesting.
So when I wind down at night, basically everything is there for me, what I use. And when you sleep, right? Usually when you turn over, you touch your partner or you touch a soft toys or you touch your bed. But for me, I'll touch something hard and that's my skincare.
Right, I see what you did there. That's one of the self-care tips you live by.
Yeah, when it comes to beauty.
Okay,
when it comes to your physical self-care.
Right.
Yes.
There is this conception about self-care versus self-soothe. I don't know if you've heard of self-soothe.
Not really.
Okay, so self-care, right, is when we really take an active role in doing things to ensure that we protect our own well-being, right? But self-soothe is pretty similar to self-care, except that self-soothe are things we do to make ourselves feel better. But they may or may not add value into our life. Self-soothe is often misinterpreted into self-care. Like for example, sometimes let's say if we drink a cup of tea, it may just to make us feel better, it actually may be a self-soothe act, but people may actually think that, drinking a cup of tea is self-care. But there are a lot of layers to self-care, meaning to say, when you drink a cup of tea, are you drinking it because you're taking time to wind down? And then you're drinking a cup of tea to bring more value into your life.
That is profound. can't we just take self-care as it is?
Well, I mean, self-care, yes, of course, it's just taking care of yourself, right?
Right.
But just a reminder that, you know, self-care, yes, it's all about loving yourself, but also remember to, you know, basically do things that brings value to your life.
Right. I think that's a good takeaway. I'll take note of it.
Becks, you know, nowadays, right, skincare, we have a lot of different trending terms, and one of the trending terms that I realized and noticed recently, right, is microbiome. Do you know what does microbiome mean?
The skin has its own ecosystem of viruses, of bacteria, of fungi and other things. And I think mainly, essentially, right, we need this to exist on our skin, to actually make our skin healthy.
You're absolutely right.
Right. 10 points for me.
10 points for that. It is basically our skin's ecosystem. So skincare nowadays, right, we do have a lot of brands that, you know, advocate, keeping a healthy balance of the bacteria and whatever that exists on our skin, the ecosystem, you know.
I think people will be confused as to what does having balanced skin mean.
You know, for a healthy skin, right, as you mentioned, we have a lot of different microorganisms. So we do actually need to keep all this in balance so that our skin really, you know, is healthy and its optimal state.
Right.
One of the trending ingredients to keep our skin in balance, right, is probiotics and prebiotics. Do you know the difference?
I know the difference, but when it comes to probiotics and prebiotics, right, I feel like the first thing people usually think of would be Yakult drink.
Yes.
Your gut health.
Yes.
Like making sure that you're not having constipation.
Hence the tea.
Hence the tea.
Hence the tea.
Yes. And I think when it comes to skincare, it's quite a new thing, isn't it?
It is. Recently, it's been trending a lot because I think more often than not, right, we think that prebiotics and probiotics are only for our gut health. Which, yes, it makes sense, it's traditionally for our gut health.
Yeah.
But because, you know, the microbiome is basically everything, you know, our skin, our gut. So we do actually need these prebiotics and probiotics to maintain the health of our skin.
So what is prebiotics and what is probiotics?
Okay, prebiotics basically are plant-based carbohydrates. Think of it as like the food for those microorganisms. And then probiotics are basically the live bacteria that's living on our skin. Actually, for myself, I've been intrigued with these two terms, and I've been using a couple of skincare that consists of prebiotics and probiotics.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually quite cool, you know, because ever since I started using these products, right, I could really see a difference. Like, I could see that my skin doesn't break out as much and it doesn't get red easily. I use probiotics because I kind of introduce the good bacteria into my skin to help maintain that, you know. And then for the prebiotics, basically it's like food for the bacteria, right? Yeah, so in a way, I kind of complement my skincare in such a way that, you know, I have both pre and probiotics.
For prebiotics, they're kind of like the fuel for probiotics.
Yes,
You'll
that's right.
notice that some beauty products, they actually have combination of both because they work seamlessly together.
Yeah.
I think what people want to know is what type of skin types can use it?
I would say all skin types, to be honest, because everyone needs a balanced, healthy ecosystem on your skin, right? But most importantly, you need to pick and choose the ones that, you know, work for your skin, because most of these skincare, sometimes they do have other ingredients or like essential oils that may irritate your skin. I'm not too sure about that.
You gotta try it. Do a patch test.
Yes.
Cheers to gut health and skin health.
Anyway, Becks, have you realized, like, you know, I did ask you to bring like the skincare products that you have, right? Versus the ones that I have.
Yes.
And if you look at the table, you can see it's very obvious. I'm a skincare maximalist. Whereas for you, you're a skincare minimalist, which is Skinimalism. Have you heard of this term?
There are so many terms nowadays, but I guess this is me. I'm a Skinimalist and I'm into Skinimalism.
Yes, correct. So basically Skinimalism.
That is such a mouthful. Skinimalism.
So basically Skinimalism is skincare related minimalism. So two things. Basically what you do is either you simplify your skincare steps, that means you use less products, or you basically use multitasking products.
Well, I use a lot of multitasking products, so I don't use a lot of products if you're talking about quantity. But of course, these are not all I have. I do have other products as well, but if we are talking about, multitaskers, these are my two multitaskers right here.
How do they work for you?
I've been a fan of the Estee Lauder A&R for a longest time.
I love that too.
Yeah, and it's one of the products that feels good, sensation-wise.
Yeah.
It really just absorbs into your skin. But at the same time, it also has hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
Which is a mouthful to read, as well as a complex that is actually unique to Estee Lauder that helps in anti-aging. It is a multitasker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, right, even though I have sensitive skin, I do actually really love trying out different beauty products. Hence, you can see my whole
arsenal.
My arsenal of like beauty skincare heroes that help me on a daily basis. So one of the skincare ingredients that I actually truly live by for this Skinimalism, because it's all about having multitasking products, right? So I thought that having retinol is quite a good fit, because retinol is basically, is also one of the trending skincare ingredient right now. It's super hot. It helps to exfoliate your skin and increases cell turnover. It also stimulates collagen synthesis. So that is actually one of like the key ingredients that I have in my skincare. It's a derivative of vitamin A. It kind of helps you renew your skin. I guess the reason why I included retinol in my routine is so that I can, cut out a lot of different other products in a way to minimize the number of steps I have, but maximize the efficacy or like effects on my skin.
Coming from someone who is a skincare maximalist, this is pretty interesting to know.
Actually, I like the Derma Lab HD5 range. So I've got like two products over here. So this one is the
Derma Lab?
Yeah, Derma Lab. This is the HD5 retinol concentrate, and this is for the eye. It also consists of retinol. I've actually, tried this for I think a few months already, and I could really see results. I could see that my skin was a little bit
brighter?
I would say yes, brighter, and it looks healthier, like plumper. In a way, that's one of like the effects you can get out of retinol, because it really helps to renew your skin and to ensure that your skin still looks youthful and young without lines and wrinkles.
You seem to be a huge advocate of the retinol.
Yes, I am.
So that's something that I would love to try. And I think if you are an entry-level retinol user, I feel like this Kiehl's Retinol Skin Renewing Daily Microdose Serum is gonna be pretty suitable for you.
There are also like misconceptions about retinol, because retinol is supposed to help exfoliate and basically push up the dead skin cells, right? But
people are afraid that it will thin your skin.
Exactly, but in actual fact, right, retinol does not thin the skin. This is a misconception that a lot of people have. It doesn't thin the skin. And also people think that the more the better, but actually that's not the case.
At the end of the day, it's really about how much you use on your skin.
Yes. And skincare always needs to be comfortable. So if you know that something doesn't work or is causing you irritation, then you know that the product probably doesn't work for you. Becks, another trending buzzword is sustainable beauty. So sustainable beauty, right, is basically products that are formulated that's safe for the people and the planet, using only non-toxic ingredients for active results.
I think when it comes to sustainable beauty, there's this other term that is closely linked to sustainable beauty as well. It's clean beauty.
Yes, clean beauty.
Yeah, and I think that's just so we're clear.
Yes.
Clean beauty, I think to most brands, right, it's not bad. It's not dirty. I think for most brands, right, when it comes to clean beauty, they're trying to say that, their products are, free of parabens or sulfates, basically all the nasties that most consumers would actually want to avoid.
Yeah, because these ingredients may potentially irritate the skin. So maybe that's why, they've been categorized into this whole category of like nasties and being left out from skincare products. Yeah, but there's actually one thing that I wanted to highlight for sustainable beauty, which is water-free products.
That's another controversial topic.
Absolutely. When we look at our skincare labels, right, the first ingredient that's on the skincare label is usually
aqua.
Absolutely right. So water, aqua, is actually the highest percentage in most skincare products, not because they are being used as a filler. Water is definitely not a filler in our skincare products. Basically what water does is actually a solvent. It helps to kind of like fuse all the different ingredients that are within your skincare product to give you this one consistent, stable liquid that comes out from your skincare.
So it gives you a very stable formulation.
Exactly. There are also people saying that, oh, water-free products are more sustainable. Are they really more sustainable? I'm just thinking, having water out of your product, maybe, yes, you use less water, but are there any other things that you use more of that may be potentially damaging to the environment?
We will never know.
But in any case, I do have one water-free skincare product that I really love. It's not because that it's primarily formulated without water, but it is because of all the skin-loving benefits and skincare ingredients that are inside this CG Skin Idyllic Feels Moisturiser that I really, really love. That it helps to kind of like balance my skin.
Yeah, I feel at the end of the day, it's about knowing the ingredients in your formula.
Yep, that's
Aqua
right.
itself is a solvent, so it fuses your ingredients together to have a more stable formula. But whether you have it or not, at the end of the day, it's whether all the ingredients fuse well together to create that skin, the effect that you are looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think sustainable beauty is something that we are working towards. And skincare brands out there, you know, they are coming up with all these initiatives about saving the earth, of course, being sustainable in all the practices that they do, right, in the products that they produce. So I guess if, you know, we are all just trying to contribute to the environment in one way or another, so I guess we have to support the campaign, right?
Yeah, I think in one way or another, right, I think that's a good word to use because it doesn't have to be reflected in the formulation. Like you said, it could be about the packaging that you use.
Absolutely.
Like for this ANR, it's a recyclable glass bottle.
That's right.
So you can recycle this. So it's really about how you see everything as a whole. All the different elements that you can contribute to the environment as well as to the people.
Absolutely.
So Roanna, you know, we've rounded up all the skincare buzzwords. What is your main takeaway from our chat today?
I think for me, right, I truly believe that, you know, skincare is a very personal thing.
It's not one size fits all. Every skincare routine works differently for everybody.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, like you said, it's really about yourself.
Yes, correct. Skincare should always make your skin feel comfortable and make you feel comfortable. Never pile on skincare just because you think that they work. And if they irritate your skin, maybe you should really take it out of your routine.
So in the next episode of BeauTea Talk, we are going to talk about beauty gadgets. We have tried a few, right?
Yes, we
Are
did.
you excited?
I'm excited and I hope you are too. So if you'd like to discover what's brewing in beauty, catch us on BeauTea Talk. Hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Bye!
Bye!